So we recently launched household targeting in the UK for YuMe, with the premise that we would be able to allow advertisers to reach decision makers and all of the various decision makers in the household with their brand advertising. So to give you an example, that might be a car manufacturer trying to reach the male and the female in the household, but also those others in the household that are acting and have some ability to alter the decision as well. So that might be children that also play a part in the decision makers of choosing a car. The reality is that it can work for a myriad of different brands. So, and that really is for the advertisers and their agencies to work with us to best think about that. So I've talked about cars, but it could be entertainment, the movie that they're going to see at the weekend, who makes the choice and how do we get them. And the way it works is that we deliver advertising to the household IP, and with heuristic algorithms, what we basically do is we understand who's in an IP to build up a picture of a household, whether that be a household with one adult, 2 children, 2 adults, 4 children. We just build up those from the permanent IP address, from their laptops, from their smartphones, from their tablets and their connected TV device, as well as games consoles. And then we start to be able to follow those people in terms of where their device is being used again, so that we can retarget them with the same or a similar advert. And that could be dad takes his laptop into the office and we start to build a picture of, okay, that's the dad in the household and he's now watching it from a second location, and mum takes her iPad to a place where she's chatting with friends and they're kind of looking at that moment in time, and kids playing in their bedrooms on their smartphones also get that same message. So it doesn't matter whether it's in the household or whether via the algorithm that we've looked to find that they're household people that have now taking their devices elsewhere. And really for us the benefit is that with such a fragmentation of the way that consumption of video is happening over the last year or two, with multiple devices in multiple locations, is that brand advertisers have needs are changing too. No longer can I just broadcast one ad at 7:30 in the evening on one TV channel, because the audience that might have been watching that TV channel now might be watching on a TV channel, on an iPad, on a smartphone, or even through a games console via a large screen. So managing that fragmentation, but not just to fragment still within the home, but wherever they go with those devices, means that brands can start to tell their story in a way that consumers understand. So we're really allowing brand advertisers and their agencies to deliver their video to the consumer wherever and whenever they are. So you only need to buy video once from us, and rather than subjectively deciding, I think that 80% of my audience are watching on a PC, 10% on a smartphone, and you don't have to go through the trouble of that any longer, because we'll find the consumer where they are on any device. And if that means that 40% are now watching on a smartphone and you weren't aware of that, well, we just delivered the ad to that audience. So actually you get, as a brand and an advertiser, you get the benefit of that without having to subjectively decide where they are. So that's the inner crux, what we're enabling advertisers and their agencies to buy into. And we launched this in the US just about 7 months ago, with great success for our first campaign, which was Hyundai. And they're really looking to target not just the primary car buyer, but the secondary car buyer and those other people that have influencing factors on that purchasing decision. So in this case, the children in the household, because it was a family car that they were promoting. The UK is a big territory for us in terms of the way that YuMe delivers and the publishers that we work for, and our intention is to bring that out to all markets. It complies with EU data privacy laws, which we're very sensitive about, because we only want to deliver brand advertising in brand safe environments to the right consumers in places where they're comfortable watching advertising, because that's how you find receptive audiences very quickly.